Hi guys, this is Anna from Perth, Australia, and hope that you are all well in these new normal times. So there is a bit of material that I wanted to cover in this, so hopefully I'm not going to bore you too much with it and you can all bear with me. So I'm going to try and move fairly fast. So just to set the scene a bit, I believe that the COVID-19 pandemic is here for a reason. Basically to make us slow down, reflect on life and what is really important. And that's regardless of what the source of the virus is, because I know that there is all different theories and conspiracy theories out there. So in the end, guys, it is your home and your family and your spiritual connection, if you had one, that keeps you safe. So let's not distract ourselves and let overworking, gym, malls, movies and the society rule your life. And as far as I understand, the pandemic actually simply made the existing economic downturn and various system failures worse. It did not actually create those downturns and failures. It just made it worse. And on the flip side, it reinforced some positive trends that were already happening, such as reducing oil price and increasing use of technology for meetings, for example, rather than having to travel. So with my own COVID-19 journey, I was actually pretty relaxed to start with because it seemed like it was just another virus, but once the government started introducing various restrictions, I understood it's serious, but I didn't let it worry me too much. I mean, basically, I followed the social distancing and the restrictions on leaving home for essential needs only, as far as practicable. And funnily enough, I already had plenty of toilet paper because I was looking at various recycled toilet paper brands. So I had and stocked up before the pandemic hit. Now, what made it easier also is I don't really watch much of the news to start with, guys. Basically, I eventually stopped following all those COVID stories on social media and everywhere else like that, unless it was funny. I basically only kept updated with the latest rules in Australia. I suppose what I really needed to know I found that it was much better for mental health, guys. Much better. Deserted streets and normally buzzing bars and restaurants did feel quite eerie and apocalyptic, but then I enjoyed the reduced traffic. I was lucky enough to keep a full-time job in the state government, and I was not on the front line or in a medical field or anything like that, so I could partially work from home. I lived by myself, so there wasn't any distractions at home. And interestingly enough, we had our laptops and mobile phones issued, and all the mobile working technology was set up literally a month or two before the pandemic to set us up for flexible work options for an office move. So the timing actually worked really well for that. I was not in any high-risk category due to health and reasons like that, so I did not need to self-isolate either, so that was lucky. I normally go out a lot to dinners, movies, theatre plays, public talks, etc. But I did not actually miss it during this pandemic, and strangely enough, I still don't miss it. Not yet anyways. I mean, who knows what will happen in the future. And saving money as well, because I'm not going out so much. It was certainly a related flow-on benefit. The only exceptions that I did in terms of the going out was actually my local sushi restaurants, because I have missed my sushi and I wanted to support local business and perhaps also because I've got a tiny crush on one of the waiters there, but that's a story for another video clip. And of course, I did actually go to my local community garden to do some weeding as well. It's just really nice and healing to surround yourself with nature and be useful at the same time. I've been really enjoying the more quiet period and feeding my inner introvert. I've enjoyed the work from home and finally having all the time to declutter all the paper piles and what have you, and various art pursuits. I've created some metal earth models, and also got into diamond art painting with the beautiful glittery bright colors. So yeah, recommend that for anyone who hasn't tried. I did not feel socially distanced, guys. I prefer to think of it more as spatial distancing rather than social distancing. Because you can still keep in touch with people, you just do it in a different way. So with my parents, I kept in touch over the phone because they don't quite have all the technology. With my friends and co-workers, there was the various tech options available, and I'm a bit addicted to social media anyway, so I basically just did more of what I was already doing. And I've been going to lots of online webinars and no lights, no lycra classes, which got moved online, Zumbi style. I've been listening to live concerts and looking at galleries online and listening to beautiful online guided meditation and sound healing sessions as well, which was yeah, really lovely. And finally had a chance to hit my movie list as well, so that was good. And at the same time, I was going for walks more, both by myself and a couple of times per week with a friend, because obviously exercise was allowed as an essential need to leave the home. And perhaps also it's human nature. When people tell you to stay at home, you want to go out. And even my boss actually made a comment recently that I seem a lot less tired these days. I also have a couple of side hustles in addition to my full-time job. One of them is a cuddle therapy practitioner, and another one is an actor and model. So I've adapted my cuddle business by moving services online. So basically I've been offering virtual sessions at half price to cater for the COVID environment. So I had a lovely client who basically just wanted to be heard without feeling like she had to give something in return. And this option also allows you to connect with clients globally, not just the local Perth-based ones. So I'm thinking post the pandemic, I'll probably still keep that option as well, in addition to the in-person sessions. I also had a consult online with a media consultant about my own website. So I've used the time to have that consult as well. So that's on the agenda as well. I haven't done the website just yet. I'm still trying to think of my branding. It's all very tricky, and I guess I'm probably overthinking it. But anyway, it's something that I was at least able to start in the more quiet time. And incidentally, the media consultant actually suggested that I should produce more video content for my social media pages for the cuddle business. So this is good practice too for that. And then acting wise, I've used the more quiet time to attend various acting webinars, and actually found that there is quite a few casting calls for self videos, which I did not see before. So again, that has opened up all sorts of opportunities. And you've got to support those actors, guys, because that's one of those things that gets us through the quiet times at home. I tried to help out in this period as well by doing some volunteering, but I don't think it was meant to be. First of all, I've got inspired and tried to volunteer with cooking for people stuck at home. But it turns out that the guy who originally expressed interest had a better offer in the end. But never mind, I shared the food with parents and then froze some of it. I've also joined a Facebook group to help out backpackers who lost their job and were stuck in WA due to various flight restrictions. I saw this one call for help from this quite friendly looking guy, and he did not have sort of too many responses to his call, so I thought, oh, yeah, I'll respond. But it turned out that he was planning to stay here basically until February next year. I mean, yes, he lost his job, and and is basically looking for somewhere to essentially stay for free until he finds a new job. But I just wasn't really comfortable having someone staying at my home more than, just a few weeks without some sort of a payment. I mean, I'm just, on a single income. And then I started asking, whether I'm single and things like that. So yeah, it just kind of made me wonder, what exactly is he looking for? So that volunteering didn't eventuate either. Also on a positive sort of COVID note, it actually helped a friend of mine financially with his business as well, because he basically got all his documents ready to go into voluntary administration, and literally turned on the television only to hear that the government was offering various payments for businesses. So that was, really inspiring for him. I felt that people are more connected and more friendly as well. I had the nicest catch up with my parents that I can remember, guys. Obviously, people got their own issues, and it includes my parents, but it was really nice. And of course, those regular walks with a friend helps to keep in touch as well, because not only you're sort of socializing, but also exercising as well, and exercise is a weak spot of mine, so that worked out really well. And of course, this time is also great for environment. Air and water quality has improved due to the reduced travel. Noise has reduced with animals returning to the deserted streets, and of course, people walking and cycling more around their local area. Decreased consumerism as well, although probably a little bit more plastic waste, I guess. I have to say also that I've really appreciated living in Perth through this time, guys. We're very lucky in Perth here with the lower population and more space. I actually think that the phased approach by the government and no need for masks was very appropriate for this country. Aggressive sort of restriction measures would not have worked here, and frankly, I don't think that they were necessary. I think the government approach was actually very appropriate. Interestingly enough, I've started to rediscover all the beautiful local nature sites and attractions in Perth before the pandemic hit as well. So COVID has actually reinforced this appreciation for local living and enjoying your neighborhood. Moving into the future, guys, I'm certainly hoping that the government will start planning for future pandemics a bit better, so we don't end up with the same issues with the health system, such as the lack of the personal protective equipment for medical staff and so many job losses. I mean, we've got to plan for people, not for profit. And then at the same time, I'm hoping that corporations will rethink their supply chains. So it's not all about the cheapest cost, but also diversification to cater for events such as the pandemic. I'm hoping that people will continue to wash their hands better than before, which may also help to reduce the spread of other diseases, some of which occur quite regularly, such as your cold and flu. I'm definitely hoping that the more local living will continue as well, as it's great for the economy, health, and of course the environment. Although maybe still it would be good if some of the borders opened up and airplanes took off to allow for some of this international travel, as I think it's great to expand your horizons if you've got the opportunity. I'm definitely hoping that the increased use of technology will be here to stay for meetings, webinars, online classes, because this allows working from home for a start for those people who can take this option. It improves productivity, creates more time for work-life balance due to reduced travel, and of course it flattens the travel demand, which has all sorts of positive flow-on effects. Including less need to keep on building road infrastructure, reduced traffic, and of course various environmental benefits. And I think it also allows us to collaborate more, guys. because you don't need to travel to get to that meeting. We can have all the right people in the room, regardless of their location. We can collaborate online on sharing screens and using the various collaboration tools. I think it sort of puts us on like the same level, like in the meetings online. Maybe even like the shy people who normally don't sort of say much are likely to participate more because they are feeling a little bit protected by the screen. And if you have a messy house, you can always use a background available on your online meeting platform to make it perhaps a little bit less messy to what you've got in your house. So that's catered for. I feel that this time has provided us with an opportunity to innovate and stay flexible and adaptable, which I think is a good trait in these fast-paced times that we live in anyway, guys. And you've got to remember that the future isn't written. It's our choices that create the future. And I wanted to end on a quote by Sonia Renee Taylor, that we will not go back to normal because normal never was. Our pre-corona existence was not normal, other than we normalized greed, inequality, exhaustion, depletion, and extraction. We should not long to return, my friends. We are given the opportunity to stitch a new garment, one that fits all humanity and nature. Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you. Bye.